Saladin, born Yusuf ibn Ayyub in 1137 or 1138 in Tikrit, modern-day Iraq, is celebrated as one of the most iconic Muslim leaders in history, revered for his chivalrous and strategic skills that redefined the Crusades era. As a Kurdish noble, Saladin was raised in a military environment, with his father and uncle working closely with the powerful Zengid dynasty. His family moved to Damascus when Saladin was young, where he was exposed to the intricate political and military strategies of the time. Under the mentorship of his uncle, Asad al-Din Shirkuh, Saladin developed his military and diplomatic abilities, gaining early experience in Egypt and Syria. Saladin first rose to prominence in 1169 when he became the vizier of Egypt under the Fatimid Caliphate. Although initially a commander within the Zengid army, he soon ascended to higher ranks, thanks to his military success and loyalty. His political acumen was evident when he successfully navigated the complexities of Fatimid court politics, eventually abolishing the Shiite Fatimid Caliphate and restoring Sunni rule in Egypt. This was a major turning point, uniting Egypt and Syria under a single Muslim rule, which laid the foundation for a consolidated Muslim front against the Crusaders. In 1174, following the death of his patron Nur al-Din, Saladin declared independence, thus founding the Ayyubid dynasty and becoming sultan. He swiftly expanded his realm to include parts of Yemen, Syria, and North Africa. Saladin's consolidation of power across these regions was vital, as it enabled him to unify Muslim forces against the Crusader states, which had fragmented the Middle East since the First Crusade. Saladin's most famous campaign was his conquest of Jerusalem. In 1187, after years of skirmishes with the Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem, he launched a full-scale campaign that culminated in the Battle of Hattin. This pivotal battle saw the annihilation of the Crusader forces and opened the way for Saladin to retake Jerusalem, an event that occurred on October 2, 1187. Unlike previous conquerors, Saladin's approach to Jerusalem was marked by clemency. He offered safe passage to Christians and even allowed religious practices to continue, earning him admiration in both the Muslim and Christian worlds. Despite his success, Saladin's victory sparked the Third Crusade, led by European figures like Richard the Lionheart. The two leaders, known for their mutual respect, engaged in several confrontations, with Richard achieving notable victories but ultimately failing to reclaim Jerusalem. The conflict ended in a truce in 1192, which allowed Christians to access Jerusalem as pilgrims, a diplomatic outcome attributed to Saladin's skill in negotiation. Saladin passed away in Damascus in 1193, leaving a legacy of generosity, tolerance, and wisdom. Known for his piety, he died nearly penniless, having given away much of his wealth to the poor. His leadership had a lasting influence on the Islamic world, unifying it briefly against a common enemy and establishing the Ayyubid dynasty, which continued to rule parts of the region until the Mamluks took over.